What if I told you that Kaguya-sama Love is War is not really a romance anime? That beneath the jokes, the exaggerated reactions, and the cute moments, this story is actually about fear. Because Kaguya and Shirogane don't refuse to confess because they're clueless. They refuse to confess because confession means surrender. And in this anime, surrender is the same as losing. On the surface, Kaguya-sama looks simple. Two geniuses, clearly in love, locked in a ridiculous stalemate. Every episode asks the same question: who will confess first? But that question is a trap, because the real question is never who loves who. It's this: who will expose themselves first? Who will risk being emotionally naked? Who will give the other person power? This isn't a romance built on misunderstandings. It's a battlefield built on control. In most romance stories, confession is a victory. In Kaguya-sama, confession is defeat. Why? Because confession creates imbalance. The person who confesses first admits need, and need means vulnerability. Vulnerability means the other person can hurt you. And for both Kaguya Shinomiya and Miyuki Shirogane, being hurt is unacceptable. They're not afraid of rejection, they're afraid of being seen. Every episode is structured like warfare. There is reconnaissance, strategy, misdirection, psychological traps. The narrator doesn't describe emotions, he declares victories, losses, executions. Because this anime treats love as a zero-sum game. If one person gains emotional ground, the other must lose it. That's why even small things, a text message, eye contact, a casual sentence, are treated like lethal weapons. To understand the war, you have to understand Kaguya. Kaguya Shinomiya was not raised as a daughter, she was raised as an asset. In the Shinomiya family, emotions are liabilities, affection is weakness, love is leverage. She learned early that showing vulnerability means being controlled, so she built armor, cold logic, calculated cruelty, psychological dominance. Her mind games are not playful, they are survival instincts. Kaguya doesn't manipulate because she enjoys it. She manipulates because she was never taught how to ask for love safely. Now look at Shirogane. On paper, he's confident, capable, relentlessly competent. But that competence is desperation. Shirogane doesn't come from power. He earned his position through exhaustion. Every late night, every perfect score, every overworked moment is proof that he belongs. If he confesses and fails, he doesn't just lose Kaguya. He confirms his worst fear, that without perfection, he is nothing. So he cannot confess, because if he does and she rejects him, the illusion collapses. This is why the anime is so funny, because without comedy, this story would be painful. The humor is exaggerated to the point of absurdity because the emotions underneath are too real: anxiety, loneliness, fear of intimacy. The jokes soften the blow. They let us laugh instead of recognizing ourselves, because everyone watching has hesitated to send a message, overanalyzed a reply, waited for the other person to make the first move just to avoid rejection. Even the narrator is a weapon. He doesn't empathize, he judges. He announces outcomes before the characters understand them, because psychologically, this reinforces the idea that emotions are measurable, that love has winners and losers. The narrator turns private feelings into public trials, and that pressure makes retreat impossible. Kaguya-sama resonates because it mirrors modern relationships. We are more connected than ever, and more guarded than ever. We want intimacy, but fear exposure. We crave honesty, but protect our pride. So we strategize,
We wait, we play games, just like Kaguya, just like Shirogane. Kaguya-sama, love is war, is not asking who will confess first. It's asking something much harder. Who will accept the risk of being human? Who will stop protecting themselves long enough to be honest? Because in this war, the real victory is vulnerability, and the real loss is never fighting at all.